Hey everybody, what's going on? In this video, we're doing an updated best booster boxes to buy in 2025. I know the ranking's going to be a little bit different than December. Lots of stuff has happened since then, and that's why I kind of wanted to do this updated video. We have a ranking system here. Sell your kids, max a credit card, buy a box, deals only, still trash. Again, none of this is financial advice, guys, just for entertainment purposes. We're going to be doing the ranking based on current TCG player prices. A lot of you are going to put in the comments, I can buy boxes cheaper than TCG. Great, I don't care. You know, if that's what you can do, then awesome. But for the sake of having consistency in this video, we're using TCG player. We're doing every box from Sword and Shield era and also SV era. And the last thing I'm going to say, yes, basically anything could go in deals only, right? Like if someone offers you a Darkness Ablaze booster box for $5, you're clearly going to take it. But for the sake of this ranking video, anything in still trash is something worse than deals only and something I would rather not buy compared to anything above it. That makes sense. Okay, awesome. Getting into this Sword and Shield base set, I'm going to put in deals only, and that's kind of a cop-out. But again, the box is kind of expensive. Nothing too crazy inside. I think it's sitting around $375 right now. Maybe most recent sales are over that. $440 actually and $490 recent sales. So this box is continuing to climb. I think if you can find a decent deal on it, might be worth picking it up. And when I say deals only, really try and aim for like 60-70% of market value. That way, if you need to sell it in the short term, you're probably still going to be able to make a small profit on it, if that makes sense. Rebel trash, yeah, Rebel Clash, it's just going to have to go bottom tier. The box is not super expensive, close to like $270, $300, $325 most recent sales, but just a really bad set. It's going to be difficult to offload this in the future. Darkness Ablaze, you have a Charizard in here. Whoa, what's going on with this tier list? We're going to put this in trash still. I'll put it above Rebel Clash, and we might end up moving some stuff around like always, but for now we're going to put it there. I just don't want to have like 20 boxes in deals only. Vivid Voltage, I think we're going to put this in deals only as well, and I'm going to put it behind SV base. I think I'd rather have an SV base booster box if I got a decent deal on it, just because SV base came out kind of before COVID and everything happened and the popularity. Vivid Voltage, there's probably just a ton of boxes out there in comparison. If I had to guess, right? So I imagine there's going to be less boxes of Sword and Shield base, and for that reason, I just want to put slightly above it. Battle Styles, I'm going to put this in buy a box actually, even at current market value. And the reason for this is I think a lot of these Sword and Shield boxes are primed for another move up, another leg up eventually. And I think that's going to happen kind of sooner rather than later for a lot of these. And also when I just compare Battle Styles sitting around $185, something like Obsidian Flames, or what else can we throw in here? Stellar Crowns over $200, Paradox Rift as well, sitting around $200 wherever it is over here somewhere. So all of these SVR sets sitting at around 200, Battle Styles being 90% of that essentially, a lot cheaper still. I think you could put in buy a box. Next up, Chilling Reign. I'm going to actually put this in max a credit card. Now, obviously don't max a credit card. It also doesn't mean to go out and buy a case or buy, 10 cases or whatever, but I think it's a tier above Battle Styles right now, and sitting around $320, I still think this is undervalued. The set is super deep. You have a lot of great cards in there like the Blaziken, the Moltres, and if we get a Moltres SIR, which again, I still don't know if we're going to get a Moltres SIR in the Glory of Team Rocket and Destined Rivals in English, but if we do, I imagine this Chilling Reign card is going to continue to kind of pump a little bit more than it already has. Next up, Evolving Skies. I'm going to put this in max a credit card in front of Chilling Reign. And I think the last time we did this ranking, I put Evolving Skies in the S tier, and a lot of you would probably still put it in S tier. We might even put it up there by the end of the video. Still great, sitting around $1,300. If you can get it cheaper than that, that's awesome. Definitely go ahead and buy some Evolving Skies. And again, there are going to be people in the comments that say, oh, it's already, a massive multiple, 10x MSRP, almost 9x, something like that. It's not worth doing. I've showed you guys the data. Like Evolving Skies annualized ROI, even after it passed 3x MSRP, is still a lot higher than all of these other sets that you'd put in like A tier and B tier. I still think it's going to give you a decent return, even buying at $1,300 over the next few years compared to a lot of these cheaper boxes. So that's why I'm still putting it high. You have the Moonbreon in there, the Rayquaza, all of the evolutions. Just a very, very great set. Going to go down as one of the best. And Fusion Strike, speaking of one of the best, I'm actually going to put this above Chilling Reign, but still put it in max a credit card. I don't want to put it in S tier yet. And honestly, we might have to move something up because I'm looking at the list now, and I'm not exactly sure what I'd want to put higher than some of these Sword and Shield boxes. I'm actually more bullish on Sword and Shield right now than I am SV era, at least for the next 6 months to a year, and honestly even longer term too. A lot of these top sets in Sword and Shield, they're kind of shaping up. I know people really enjoy SV era. For example, Paldea Evolved. People really like this. Your Surging Sparks, your Paradox Rift, a lot of these sets. But I understand they got great IR cards and a ton of depth. But when we look at top hits and what people are going to want to open in the future and chase, and when we look at overall set values, Sword and Shield's just still pushing the envelope. Next up, Brilliant Stars. I'm going to put this in buy a box in front of Battle Styles. I think it's a better buy than Battle Styles, even though it's closer to $300. Pretty decent set. I don't think I'd be buying as much as Chilling Reign or Fusion right now. And again, a lot of you guys would say that Fusion Strikes may be put a bit too high because it's close to $475. But again, I think a lot of these sets, Fusion, Brilliant, Astral, Lost Origin, Evolving, Chilling, all of these are set for another leg up eventually, and I think it might happen this year. So that's why I'm still putting those super high. Astral Radiance, I'm probably going to put this in buy a box as well in front of Battle Styles. I think in the long term, Astral Radiance is probably just a bit deeper of a set than Battle Styles. And it's actually sitting fairly decently priced right now, $270-ish, right in line with Silver Tempest, which, we'll skip over Lost Origin for now. We'll put Silver Tempest in buy a box as well. And I'm going to put it right behind Astral. I think at this point, with the guard shot moving up and a couple other cards in Astral, I think I'd rather buy Astral. But this could go either way. It really could go either way. You have a better top hit in Silver Tempest in the Lugia. You have the Rayquaza Trainer Gallery as well. So I really think you can't go wrong with either of those. And a lot of you guys are going to roast me in the comments down below. And I love that. I love doing this video just to read those comments as well. I think that's a great part of doing this. All right, so next up, Lost Origin. Guys, I think Lost Origin, because I took a look at this, I'm going to have to put this in Sell Your Kids and put it in S tier right now. And the reason for this is over the past couple days on TCG Player, we've seen this box actually drop a bit, like 340. Those were loose packs. We had sales at 370, 355. So this box has actually come down a bit from that 395 range over the past week. And I think for the fact that this is closer to $380-ish now, I'm going to put Lost Origin in S tier above Evolving Skies. And again, I think this is going to be very interesting data to look at 5 years from now when we look at Evolving Skies. If it's going to be like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, who knows where it's going to be. Comparing that to Lost Origin, maybe it'll be around $1,500, $2,000. Like, it's going to be really interesting to look at that and see the annualized ROI from today, like April 14th, 2025 to April 14th, 2030. It's going to be very interesting. I really don't think anyone knows exactly which set is going to give you the best ROI over the next 5 years, but just based on current prices, I'm going to put Lost Origin in the S tier. The top tier, Sell Your Kids. Don't actually sell your kids unless you really hate them, in which case you could probably put it up for adoption and just go for a more morally just route, I would say. Selling your kids, that's a little bit rough. Okay, anyways, next up, SV Base Booster Box. I'm going to put this in buy a box as well behind Battle Styles. It's SV Base. You have the Drowsy in there. You have the Gardevoir, a couple decent cards, but it's still very expensive. And again, like with a lot of these SV era sets, I'm probably not going to be as high on them. Maybe a couple of them, which you'll see, but a lot of these sets, I don't know. I really don't know over the next 5 years compared to these other eras how well they're going to do. I know people love a lot of these artworks, and that's probably going to, carry some of these sets for sure, but to say all of them are like screaming buys right now around $190, $200, some of them even up to $230, $240. I don't know. For me, I'll leave it there for now. Next up, Paldea Evolved. I'm putting Paldea Evolved in Max Credit Card, and I'm actually going to put it above Chilling Reign. I really like Paldea Evolved. If we go look at Paldea, you guys know I was buying this last year when it was like $90 a box USD. And even back then, my justification for it was I kind of put it in line with Brilliant Stars. I thought it was one of those sets that didn't have a massive chase card, but it had a lot of depth. And at the time, I think Brilliant Stars was like $230-ish, or like $200, something like that. Like, it was up there, right? My justification was if a set like that was pushing 200, Paldea Evolved was clearly going to get to that point as well. We also got to consider that Paldea Evolved is almost 2 years old at this point, and it's been hit with a lot of reprints, and really, like, this latest one hasn't really done anything to the box price. It's continuing to hold in that 220-ish range. and we're even seeing sales back up to around $230. So really hasn't taken a hit. If you guys watch Catch 'em All Collectibles, I think he put out his video today as well, talking about how many packs his business has ripped over the past 3 months, like Q1 of 2025. And Paldea Evolved was up there. I think it was the third highest set in terms of packs ripped, behind Prismatic and something else, I think. I think it was number 3. It was up there though anyways. So lots of Paldea Evolved being ripped. People want to chase the Magikarp. They love the other SARs and IRs in the set. I do as well, and I think for that reason, we're going to put it fairly high on this list. All right, next up, Obsidian Flames. You guys already know. I got to just put this in S tier and just move on to Paradox Rift at this point. Paradox, no, I'm joking, guys. Like, come on. Obsidian Flames, a lot of you guys like the set. I still think it's trash, around $200. You know, I'll put it in buy a box to make you guys happy, right? I will appease the Obsidian Flame supporters, the fans of the Charizard. I'm putting it in buy a box, guys. It has gone from dog water in the last tier up to buy a box. We're making progress. And you know what? I'll even put it in front of SB Base. How about that? Actually, you know what? I'll go a step further. We'll put it in front of Battle Styles, guys. Obsidian Flames, top 4 in buy a box. That is legit mid-tier at this point. In all honesty, like if you really want to buy a box of Obsidian Flames, I don't think it's that bad of a play. Again, I'm still not a super big fan of the set, and I think long term, people are really going to come to the realization that you have to pick and choose to a certain degree. If you want to buy a little bit of every release, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future, I still think that's a great play. You should do that. But as time goes on, guys, as we see the ranking develop over an entire generation, you know which sets are S tier, you know which sets are A tier, and you know which sets are like C and D tier. You can kind of trim the fat at that point, right? Like there's no shame in doing that. Obsidian Flames, 18 months, 2 years old, right? Like it's getting to that range. It's kind of obvious it's not going to be up there with your Surging Sparks and your Paldea Evolve. So let's stop coping, but we'll put it in buy a box to make you guys happy. Next up, Paradox Rift. I think I'm going to put this in buy a box. And guys, I think towards the end of this video, I'm going to have to move some of the stuff from buy a box down a bit, just for the sake of making it not look as ridiculous of a chart and have everything in the middle. But Paradox Rift, again, you know, you have the Groudon in there, you have the Altaria, a couple other decent cards, so it's all right. $190, $200 a box where it is over here. Yeah, almost $200. Most recent sales pushing 200 at this point. Paradox Rift is what? Getting close to 2 years old at this point too, 18 months, something like that. It's getting past its reprint window, so we'll have to wait and see. But would I rather buy this at $200 or Astral and Silver at $270? I'd probably still be buying these. Even Brilliant Stars at $290. Like I'd rather be buying these all day over Paradox Rift. And I mean, you know, if I was being serious, I'd probably put Paradox above Obsidian Flames. But just to troll you guys in this video, we're going to put Obsidian Flames higher. So you guys really know that it should be up here somewhere. But we'll leave it like that. Temporal Forces. This is an interesting one too. I'm going to put Temporal Forces in buy a box for now, but I'm going to put it quite high actually. I'm going to put it above Silver Tempest. I really like Temporal Forces. I still think these Paradox Pokemon have potential to be kind of like a unique take that people are going to enjoy in the future. I know a lot of people really haven't enjoyed Paradox. Temporal is kind of in the same boat. I think Temporal is probably a bit deeper. You have the 3 Paradox dogs, then you have the Iron Leaves and the Iron Crown in there, and I do really enjoy the Iron Crown artwork. You also have the Mortis Conviction with Gengar. You have the Ghastly. Those are great cards as well. Not a super great sell-through rate on boxes, so maybe put it a lot lower just for that, but for now, I'm going to put it up there. We might move a few more things around. Twilight Masquerade. I'm actually going to put this one in Max a Credit Card. I'm still a fairly big fan of Twilight Masquerade, guys. I know a lot of people would probably put some sets above Twilight in SV era. We apparently got more boxes of this, and it did bring the price down from around $230 into that $210 range. We're now back up closer to $220, and most recent sales are right there. So again, the reprint really didn't do too much to this box price. You have that Gengar in there, you have the Pairing, you have the Carmine, you have the Eevee. That's 4 like pretty legit cards. The Eevee's taken a fairly big hit. The Greninja as well has come down a decent amount, but still a decent box. You have a good chase, one of the best chases in SV era in the booster boxes. So I think for that reason, we're going to put it fairly high on this list. Next up, Stellar Crown. I'm going to put Stellar Crown in deals only, and I'm going to put it in front of SV Base. And The reason I'm not putting this in buy a box, because I think a lot of these you could put in buy a box. Stellar Crown's a fairly new set. It's not, I would rather buy Paradox Rift, I'd rather buy SV Base, I'd rather buy Battle Cells. All of those sets at current prices I'd rather buy than a fairly new set like Stellar Crown, which in my opinion just really isn't that great. I know you have the Squirtle, you have the Bulbasaur, the Terapagos has been taking a beating over the past couple months, so I really don't think it's that great of a set. People enjoy opening it, probably to chase the Bulbasaur and Squirrel, but outside of that, there really just is nothing too crazy. So for that, I'm going to put it fairly low on this list. Surging Sparks, I'm probably going to put this in buy a box, but again, I don't know where exactly to put this in buy a box. Like this is kind of where things get tough. Uh, Let's see. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in buy a box. I'm going to move Brilliant up to the back of Max a Credit Card. And let's move a couple things around here. Let's move Silver in front of Temporal. Go like this. I think this is looking a bit better already. Surging, I think I'd rather buy Surging. Oh, I mean, really, it gets close. Like, it's a newer set, though. The issue we get into is how many more reprints is Surging going to get? Like, in theory, it should get a fair amount of reprints. There's a lot of yeah, I've got to put it lower. I really do. I think I just have to favor Sword and Shield in this ranking, guys. Surging, I think, is probably one of the better sets in SV era. You have the Pikachu, you have the Milotic. What else do you have in there? The Latias, obviously, and a few other really decent cards. So I have to put it fairly high. I have to respect Surging. Lots of this has been hitting the market, down from 265 to what, 250. It's not a huge hit, but it's a significant hit. If we get more reprints, I imagine this price could come down a bit further. But with a lot of these boxes settling around 200, like I don't think it's going to go too much lower. But I still think I'd rather buy Silver Tempest. I might change this again, guys. I'm talking to myself here, and sorry this isn't the most entertaining part, but I'll leave it here for now. And then Journey Together, I'm going to put Journey Together in deals only as well, and I'm going to put it in front of Stellar. Journey, I think you could put higher. I'm a fan of Journey. But I still think at, what's it at right now, $220-ish. I'm sure some of you guys can buy this cheaper than $220, $230. You can see most recent sale, $215. If you can buy this cheaper than that, great. The set is just so new. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Journey Together and buy a box. And the reason for this, and I can't take credit for this. I cannot take credit for this, but Nostalgianomics, when Journey Together came out, he put out a video saying that you should get some Journey Together. And the reason being, when reprints come, they may not come with the box topper. So getting some exposure to the enhanced booster box that has the box topper is probably a good idea. And honestly, you could even take this a step further and get some exposure to the box that doesn't have the box topper, just in case all the reprints do end up coming with the box topper. So either way, getting a little bit of exposure to Journey Together, I think, isn't a bad idea. And for that reason, despite the price, I think you have to put it in buy a box, just in case those prices go nuclear in the future. You're not going to regret doing that. And I've made up my mind. I'm going to put Surging Sparks in front of both Astral and Silver. That's probably yeah. I mean, some people are going to hate that, but really, Surging Sparks I think is a lot deeper than both of these. And despite the fact that Surging Sparks could basically be a Vivid Voltage 2.0 situation, I think I'm going to put it higher just because I do have faith in the Latias in there. The Milotic is a beautiful artwork. The Pikachu, say what you want, that Pikachu is definitely better than the Chonkachu from Vivid Voltage. And then you also have a lot of decent IR cards in there. You have a Latios, you have the Cerro Ledge. So for all those reasons, I think it's a much better set than Vivage. I don't think we're going to get a 2.0 situation there. I'm going to put it in front of Astral and Silver. I think I'm happy with this list, guys. I really think I am. I understand a lot of these boxes are very expensive. Some of you might still think that these SV era boxes are better buys at their current prices. I tend to favor the Sword and Shield era right now, and maybe that's just my bias showing. So you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think. But with that said, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.